Hello everybody, welcome back to Crochet Impossible. Today we're going to be making another snowflake, and this snowflake is from a website called Repeat Craft For Me. It is a treasure trove of many different crochet patterns, so thank you so much for this free pattern. I will link the website below, but we are going to be making a snowflake that kind of looks like this. So really super pretty and really super easy. There are only 5 rounds, so it shouldn't take you too long to make. So without further ado, let's get started. The things that you will need, number 1 is a 5mm crochet hook. Like the last video, I'm going to be using a 5.5 just so that it'll be a little bit easier for me to navigate the knots. Number 2, you will need a tapestry needle or a darning needle. Number 3, pair of scissors. And number 4, worsted white yarn. As the last video was, I'm going to be using this green yarn because it just shows up a little bit better on camera. So you start off with a tail of considerable length and you are going to magic ring. So make sure that the tail end here is on the side of your hands. Loop around again like this. Then you put your your needle underneath, pull over. So we're going to start off with a long tail so then you can use that to weave in. We will be magic ring. Alright, so let's start off. We are going to be starting off with a tail of considerable length so then you can weave that in later. We are going to do a magic ring, which involves you putting the yarn over your fingers this way, wrapping it around and putting this part over that. You will put your needle underneath the first one, hook through the second one, and then grab this yarn. So the yarn is part of your ball. Pull it through just so that it secures everything in place like this. So when you're done that, you will be single crocheting into the ring. And what's great about the magic circle is that you can actually pull this to make it tighter. So as you can see, it's now nice and tight. And then you get like a really nice kind of like bobble at the end. So you need to join 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the first stitch. So this is the first stitch right here. You will join with a slip stitch. And that is your magic circle. And at any given time, you can just keep on pulling the tail end here and then it will just tighten. That is your magic circle of 6. That is round 1 technically. Let's start with round 2. Alright, so round 2, chain 3, chain 3, and then double crochet in the first stitch right here. Alright, after that, the pattern asks you to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next couple of ones. So you will be double crochet 1 time, chain 1, and then double crochet again in the same one, like so. So you will go all the way around. So let's finish that up and I'll meet you at the end of this round. We're at the end of this. So if you look very carefully, you should be able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Your chain 3 is the 12th double crochet in this pattern. After you're done this, you're supposed to join to the second one. So 1, 2. You're supposed to join here with a slip stitch, and that will be your 12 double crochet around. So that is round 2. For round 3, we will slip stitch over to the chain space. As you can see, if you're looking at the actual pattern, there are some spaces that are smaller, like this, some that are larger like this. So these larger ones are the chain spaces that you have, and these ones here are just in between the double crochets. So he wants you to slip stitch here. So slip stitch, and then you are going to chain 2, and then half double crochet in the space. In the same space here. So chain 2 and then half double crochet in the space. So half double crochet like that. Once you are done, then you will chain 2 again So chain 2. After that, you are going to half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet in the next chain space. So not this space here, but this one chain space here. So be careful that you're not doubling up. So you're skipping this here and you're going into the bigger space. So half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. Okay? After that, you will chain 2 and you will repeat this half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. So remember, skip this, go to this one here. And then chain 2. So let's finish this up quickly and we'll meet you at the end. We are at the end of this round, so we are chaining 2, and then we are going to be joining this here. So when you're joining here, it says to make sure to join to the top of chain 2. So 1, 2, top of chain 2 right here. Doo, doo, doo. All right, that is your third round. Awesome. So we're getting really close to the end. 2 more rounds. So round 4, you're going to first start off with slip stitching into your chain 1 space. So before you did a slip stitch, chain 2, this here is your chain 1 space. This is your artificial chain 1 space. So slip stitch into here. That is your first step. After that, you are going to chain 4 and slip stitch back into the same place. So chain 4, 4. And then slip stitch back into the same place here. So slip stitch back in the same place. After that, you're going to chain 6 and then slip stitch into the next half double crochet space. And then you will chain 4 and then slip stitch into the in-between chain 1 space. So pretty much what you're doing then, if you see here, is you're chaining 4 here in this space, and then 6 here, 4, 6, 4, 6 all the way around. So let's quickly chain 6. Okay, and then you will slip stitch here. Alright, so as you can see, you have a chain 4 and a chain 6. After that, you're going to chain 4. And then slip stitch into this space, chain 1 space here. And then chain 6. And then you are going to slip stitch into this bigger space here. So that's what you're doing. Let's finish up and I'll meet you at the end. Last part of the round, you're going to chain 6 and slip stitch into this last space here. So chain 6. Like this. Slip stitch into this here. And then after that, you are going to try and join. So you are going to do all of this and then join at the end here. So as you can see, you have a 6 here and then a 4 here. So you will slip stitch. Focus. So you just had a 6 here, get a 4 here, and you will just join right there at the bottom of the 4. So like right there. So grab yarn, then slip stitch, and that will join your pattern together. So that is what it looks like right now for round 4. We have one more round, and then everything will be done. They want you now to first start off round 5 by slip stitch into chain 4 space, which is this first chain 4. So slip stitch into here, like that. So after this slip stitch, what you need to do then is to chain 2, double crochet into the same loop. Oops. Chain 1, double crochet. Chain 2, and then slip stitch this back into the same place, the same loop. So slip stitch. So it looks like that, kind of like a nice little semicircle there. After that, you will then chain 2, and then slip stitch into this chain 6 space, the top of the chain 6 space. You will, yes, you guessed it, then chain 2, and then join with this chain 4 space. So 1, 2, and then slip stitch, and oops, come on, and then join here. And then after that, you are going to be repeating the same pattern. So chain 2, double crochet into the same chain 4 space, chain 1, double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch into the chain 4 space. Oops. After that, you will chain 2 into the chain 6 space beside you and repeat. So that's what you're doing here. You're doing this kind of nice like semicircle bobble here, let a little bit of a V here, and doing that. So let's finish that up, and then I'll see you at the end. We are finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 2 and slip stitch into the chain 6 space. Last thing you need to do is to chain 2 and then join by a slip stitch into your chain 4 space. Like that. And that is everything, guys. Everything is finished. So all you have to do now is snip off and then fasten off everything, and then weave in your ends, and you'll have a really nice snowflake like this. Now this here is not worsted yarn, that's why it doesn't really look as good, but I mean, even if you can see here, this looks so much better. But this is a really fun pattern. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.